So it was a particular verse
Hmm.
that you had brought up, and it's a maybe it might be a controversial verse. I don't think it's controversial at all. I think I think it's word for word. It's self-explanatory, but we're gonna bust it down tonight. So what verse is that?
Proverbs 14 and 1. Proverbs 14 and 1. I'm going to read my King James Version, and then I'll read a more simplified version through a Good News Bible app, right? So, Proverbs 14 and 1 says, Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish plucked it down with her hands. To break it more down, we have Proverbs 14 and 1 on the Good News Bible that says, Homes are made by the wisdom of women, but are destroyed by the
Mm.
foolishness. Foolishness. Make sure I said that. Um,
So what is that? What does it mean to you?
to me, it means just what it says. It says, and I'm gonna just kind of, that was for the more simpler. I like to compare, but I'm gonna just go with the fool with the King James version that says, "But the foolish is plucking it down with her hands, right?" To me, what that looks like or what it's telling me, I can't go live on Facebook talking about what we have going on. I don't think that contribute to building my home. It contributes to tearing it down with my hands. I can't post anything personal from me and my husband because that contributes to plucking my house
Shouldn't it be
down.
okay to if somebody was if you was just in the park having a good day? Shouldn't it be okay to go live? If you was
Absolutely. If you're
So
if
what are you saying?
So when I say personal stuff, okay, so if we're out and we're going live and anything I post, I try to post positivity, right?
Right.
Whether it applies to me or I feel like, oh, this is just good, it might help somebody. I try to post positive, uplifting. I'm all for that. So if I go live and we're having a great day of posting of us in the park walking, that's positive. We're not arguing. I'm showing intimacy with love. It is personal. To me, that would go to the first part of the verse because I'm helping build my house. How would that be helping build my house? It's not only helping build my house, but it might be helping others because if our children see this, they see the love between us. They see the positive between us. They see us together, right? But if I post something that's personal, that's negative, that's not going to help build, is
What do
it?
you mean negative in within the relationship between
Negative,
what like
it mean you
personal
have a
information between the couple?
absolutely. If we have a disagreement about anything, it doesn't even have to be a big one. I don't feel like it is wise because I want to be that wise woman, right? I don't think it'll be wise of me to post what we have going on intimately
Mm,
negatively. That wouldn't be wise. I think that's a part of me plucking down my home because
right.
now I'm letting know of this negative energy that I'm putting out there and others can send that negative energy. And now I have played a part with my hands plucking down my home.
You're talking about intimate information, argument with a spouse or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
just taking it public. You talking about taking the beef public, taking the inside of the home, and just taking it outside.
Yeah.
That's complete foolishness. I wouldn't advise that for any couples, but that does happen a lot. The only instance that I would advise that period would be for a male to protect himself from a combative female. If you're in a situation with a combative female, you know she's gonna beat
Absolutely.
on you, and you
Absolutely.
know she's gonna turn around and call the police and say, "Major beat me up." Okay, now this is Major, so you better pay attention. Major beat me up. I think that I might want to go, you know what I'm saying? I might want to record it, even not going live. I want to have some evidence for the police when they get to you know what I'm saying, to the home,
That's
so they can see,
good.
hey, officer,
That's
I was
good.
recording this. You can see the time of the recording.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded it up until you guys got here. So it really don't have to be live. You
So,
really don't have to go live to protect yourself as a man, but that's the only instance that I would ever advocate for putting your personal business
well,
in the social media streets. I wouldn't dare do it.
and that's good for a man. But I'm just speaking strictly on the verse, and it
Yeah, yeah,
says
yeah, yeah, yeah,
every
yeah,
wise
yeah.
woman. We're just dealing with the woman. We're just dealing with the woman. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. So I'm just speaking on the woman
Okay.
and her role in it. Yeah, if he go live and stuff, that's him. We're talking about your role.
So let me address her, which is kind of hard to do because I'm a male, but I think it's very few wise women. I think that's why that verse probably in that particular verse is in the Bible, because it might not, because it does also let us know that women act out of emotions, correct? So if this woman gets emotional, she might lose wisdom. Now, if she acts out of emotion, did she ever have wisdom? Do you see what I'm saying? So women are emotional creatures. They're gonna act out of emotion. So when Rick hurt her, Jody hurts her, when Mr. Charlie hurt her, and she wanna blame Mr. Charlie, she wanna go live.
Okay, we're gonna touch that. But let me just
Go ahead.
let me
I'm talking about women acting out of emotion because you said you know what I'm saying, we're talking about the verse. So we're gonna address the woman in the verse. The woman in the verse is a very, very set apart woman. She's a wise woman, obviously. And they already told you about the fool, what the foolish woman gonna do, which is that's the 90th percentile on me. No shame, no shade to women. You know what I'm saying? But just the 90th percentile of the women gonna act out of emotion.
Whether a woman act out of emotion or not, because women are emotional creatures.
Correct.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I read this verse and became emotional. Lord, I don't want to be a foolish woman. Help me to be a wise woman that builds her house. And for me, what my revelation was that came to me that I feel like God was telling me, a wise woman knows her power. Let's not forget the first part of it. A wise woman builded her house. That told me I got the power to build my house. I got the power to set the tone in my home, the atmosphere in my home, regardless of what my husband. So if my husband wakes up and he's feeling a little ill, guess what? The Bible just told me I have the power to set the tone in here. I don't, you know what I'm saying, to help change him. Let's not forget that a woman is his helpmeet. We helping him to get balanced for today, or however you want to look at it. But know your power, know yourself. I think a wise woman is very wise to know what to do and not to do, whether it's with emotion or not. I think a wise woman knows. It's the foolish that react and then think. The key is try to think and then do. Think, then do. I remember having that in my mind from reading years ago. Think, then do. A lot of times when you react out of emotion, you're doing and then thinking about it later. So, we kind of talked about it before. That blame game. So now and then again, this is foolish behavior. This is foolishness, because really you want to be asking God and seeking him for wisdom on how to build your home. You want to seek him on how to be this, I think every girl, my boss and mama told us about, wanting to be the Proverbs 31 woman, a virtuous woman and stuff. And this is in Proverbs. So obviously God is preparing you because, Proverbs 31 is the last book in Proverbs, so anyway, that's how I took it. As you trying to prepare for this, and even if you're not there, so as you're preparing for this, you want to heal. You don't want to be in this standstill. You want to, grow. So foolishness would be staying there. Foolishness would be playing the blame game. Foolishness would be plucking out your home by pointing at the kids and blaming children, and you can't get past hurt, and there's no forgiveness and stuff. Ain't that foolish behavior?
I agree with that. I just, it sounds like you talking about the foolish woman. And so we spoke on our previous podcast about being a Lot's wife. And a Lot's wife, it sounds like the foolish woman. She looks back, she's not going forward. She's obviously her eyes not on what's best for the relationship.
She's salty.
She's salty. We know she's salty.
She's Lot's wife.
She's definitely salty. She's Lot's wife. She's definitely salty. And that's what will make you look back years, or that's what will make you trip out on a social media platform, or spew your grievances with your husband on TikTok. Or wild out on Facebook Live or something like that, and that is crazy. I just would advise all women to go back and review Lot's wife. Don't be a Lot's wife. She's out of here. She's salty.
And what you're saying, they're leaking out. Okay, if you have a wound and you haven't healed from it and you begin to bleed out, to me, that's what bleeding out will look like. You're going live, like you said, you're all on TikTok. You're bleeding out. You're hurting people, really. You're bleeding out on people. There's no hurt. You are battling within yourself.